right, guys, NFL Week 7 in the books. We had a catastrophic injury today. Breece Hall is injured. We're talking the studs, we're talking the downs, we're talking the lows, we're talking the sucks. We're talking everything NFL Week 7, the full recap, minus the Monday game. But we're going to talk about it, the highs and lows, and what you should do moving forward now with these injuries. Amon-Ra St. Brown was out. Concussion. Injuries, you got to cover yourself. So we'll talk about the highs and lows, guys. Going to cover it here all for you. Starting with the quarterback, moving to the running back, wide receiver, and tight end. I'm going to give you guys a suck of the week. We're going to rip into the guys that crapped the bed, and they deserve to be ripped into. Injured or not, they busted. So we're going to dive into it, guys. NFL Week 7 recap. Now, also, Monday Night Football is here, guys. Order some wings. How do you do it? Hooters.com or download the app right now. Use code FFC20 to save $10 on an order of 30 more or more on takeout or delivery, guys. Go order some food right now, the nachos, the wings. Treat yourself, guys, during the game. That's Hooters.com or download the app right now. Go do that, guys. That's the food that I eat during games. And again, I can't imagine watching games without eating my wings. Hooters.com. The code you want to use upon checkout, guys, is FFC20. Available at select locations. Go do it. All right, let's talk about it. The suck of the week at each position, and also some stud talk. Starting with the quarterback position, Joe Burrow absolutely tore it up, just under 40 points this week. Impressive, man, picking it up. Jamar Chase in the groove. Tyler Boyd had a big touchdown. Awesome. Daniel Jones, I was a little pissed off here. Rushing touchdown near the end of the game. Hoarded away from my Saquon. It is what it is. Had himself a good game. Pat Mahomes, pretty typical. Andy Dalton having himself a good game as well this week. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, Davis Mills had a good matchup versus Vegas, 18.18 points. We got Kyler Murray, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Aaron Rodgers rounding out the top 10. Although Green Bay not playing where they should be at all, man. There's something wrong with Green Bay. People can't figure it out. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a Devontae Adams curse or something. But either way, Aaron Rodgers finishing top 10 as of right now amongst quarterbacks here. Now, who crapped the bed? Well, I heard Ryan Tannehill got hurt. I'm not sure the severity of the injury. He got hurt, left the game, I believe, 3.88 points. But I would say the suck of the week at the quarterback position has to go to Jared Goff. 1.52 points. You, sir, are the suck of the week. Jared Goff, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown went down with a concussion. And if you actually watch that, guys, he came down. It didn't look like a high-impact tackle, right? Got up, had a little bit of a stutter step, kind of. It looked like he was dazed. Maybe he just, tripped on something, or maybe his footing got off. But either way, he was out for the rest of the game. Now, he walked himself off, looked like he was fine. He was saying, it looked like he wanted to get back in the game. But it seems like the NFL is getting softer and softer. Now, I know you got to protect the player, but he did not look hurt. He really did not look hurt. Very unfortunate. Amon-Ra St. Brown out very early. I think he had like 1.6 points or something like that. So very unfortunate. But either way, that really seemed to affect Jared Goff, who ended it with 1.52 points. He is the suck of the week. Lamar Jackson, 10.7 points. Brady had 11.7. Not good performances from guys that should be performing a lot better, all right? Moving on to the running back position, and I got to tell you, man, Kenneth Walker tearing it up, finishing top 3, 28.8 points, phenomenal, 7.3 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns. He had the big run, and he had 168 yards. Eckler finishing on top yet again. Josh Jacobs. Eckler just proving me wrong yet again every single week. Eckler, Jacobs, Walker, those are your studs of the week, including Aaron Jones, who's been extremely volatile, but they're the studs of the week. Benjamin, Travis Etienne now coming out party here. Fumbled in the game. They kept him in, and it just seems like they don't like James Robinson anymore. Nick Chubb had a good game. Gus Edwards, Joe Mixon, and Zeke Elliott having a good game. And Saquon Barkley finishing 11th, right? Zeke Elliott number 10. Again, as of right now, I'm recording during the Steelers game right now. I'm not sure. I doubt, Najee's going to have a good game. And we got the Monday night game as well. But again, as of right now, Sunday night, these are your top 10 guys. But again, very impressive Kenneth Walker. Glad I have a lot of stock in him. Now, the guys that suck this week, okay? Melvin Gordon, 7 points. He should be ashamed of himself. Christian McCaffrey, he's got that new home. 8.2 points on San Fran. Didn't do anything. He had 8 attempts for 38 yards. Understand he's got to get in the groove, of course. But you definitely want to pick up. Breece Hall is out. Looks like a torn ACL. You definitely want to pick up Michael Carter if he's available in your leagues. That is the pickup of the week. Michael Carter going to be taking that job. Hopefully for him, he's going to do well, and fantasy owners if you got Michael Carter as a backup. All right, guys? But in regards to suck of the week, I don't know, man. There's a bunch of guys that sucks. But the guy, I'm just trying to see who popped out to me. Isaiah Pacheco, 4.3 points. He was supposed to be slated as the starter. He crapped the bed. Again, like I said, Melvin Gordon, no one's expecting anything out of him. 7 points. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 9.2 points. Brian Robinson, 10.6. You know, even Breece Hall got hurt, 13.2 points. Suck of the week here, man. Man, as of right now, I'm watching the game. Najee's only got 5.2 points. Unless he gets a touchdown, he might get the Suck of the Week award here. But I'm going to give it here to Melvin Gordon. There isn't a guy. A.J. Dillon, 1.5 points. I mean, a lot of people drafted him in like round 6. Kenyon Drake had a good week last week, so 0.5 points. There's a lot of guys that just aren't that good to begin with and just had a bad week. I got to give it to Kenyon Drake, 0.5 points. Man, that really sucks. Again, people were expecting a little bit more out of him after last week. Just pulling it up here from last week here. What do you have? Last week, he had himself a 19.7 point week 6 versus the Giants, and then he comes out and has himself not even 1 point. So I guess people were expecting that. Not me, but a lot of people were. So again, Melvin Gordon, Drake, all those guys suck. And again, drop a comment below. Who was the suck of the week at the running back position for you? Tons of honorable mentions here, but again, those guys kind of stick out, including Christian McCaffrey at 8.2. A lot of people expect more out of him. 8.2 Christian McCaffrey. Let's go with Christian McCaffrey as a suck of the week, although the other guys, honorable mentions. Moving on to the wide receiver position here. Let's talk about it. Jamar Chase, good game. Tyler Boyd, we talked about this. Mecole Hardman, Juju. Great games, but Pat Mahomes tearing it up here. 44-23 win over San Fran. Marquise Goodwin, Paris Campbell. That's a big shock to me. Paris Campbell, a guy that, like, I didn't expect that because you have Alec Pierce, you have Michael Pittman, and then Paris Campbell, of all people, getting himself a touchdown and 70 receiving yards, 23 points. Like, you wouldn't expect that. Paris Campbell, years to wow, so we're not wowed, outdoing Pittman and Pierce. Hopkins, that's another guy moving forward, is the wide receiver 1. Had himself a great game, finishing 8th as of right now, 20.3 points. You know, crushing it. DJ Moore, 19.6. Mike Evans had himself a good game. He had a drop pass early in the game, made up for it. Chris Olave, 17.6. All good games out of those guys. Now, who is the suck of the week at the wide receiver position? Let's take a look here. Alan Lazard, 11.5, really unacceptable. CeeDee Lamb, 10.6, had himself a bad game. Brandon Cooks just sucks, 8.6. And, you know, I got to go here. I'm just taking a look. Michael Pittman, 9.8. Brandon Cooks. Tyreek Hill. How about Tyreek Hill? Again, the game is still going now. He's only sitting at 8.3 points at the time it's recorded. But you know Tyreek, he can explode for a touchdown. I'm looking at the live scoring right now. Alec Pierce, 6.7. Cortland Sutton, sucking 5.3 points. Chase Claypool, again, the game is going on right now. He's crapping the bed. DK Metcalf, left with a knee injury, 2.2 points. But again, I don't care. If you're not putting up points, you're injured. I care that you got hurt. Obviously, it's sad. But what I'm saying is 2.2 points. You, sir, are the suck of the week. DK Metcalf at the wide receiver position. Drake London, 1.9 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown getting hurt, 1.4. So Amon-Ra and DK, you guys are sucks of the week. I know you got hurt, but really unacceptable. And I don't think Amon-Ra St. Brown really got hurt. He was okay. Tight end here, George Kittle, stud. Good game, 21.8. Juwan Johnson, New Orleans, tight end, good game, 20.2. Travis Kelce, typical, 15.8. Njoku, Everett, Hayden Hurst, all having good games. Suck of the week right now, I'm going to give it to Zach Ertz at 6.1 points. Kyle Pitts continues to suck at 3.9 points. Gesicki, again, the game is going on. He's at the half, 2.8 points. I got to give this here to, again, I mean, you should get a constant award every single week. Kyle Pitts, the suck of the week at 3.9. Robert Tonyan, 6.2. Again, TJ Hawkinson, 8.8. So, not a good week out of our tight ends, but the suck of the week here, I'm going to give it to, let's just give it to Kyle Pitts or Zach Ertz. You know, Zach Ertz, 6.1. Kyle Pitts, 3.9. Shame, shame, shame. So again, guys, it's just been a weird fantasy year, right? I actually in the middle of a draft right now. It's going on auto pick because I have to get the show out, and I'm going on a trip tomorrow. We're going to be traveling down south in the States and going out with the kids and the family on vacation. I'm doing a draft, and I'm trying to decide on which wide receiver to pick. It's tough. Aside from Diggs and Kupp, it's been a crapshoot. It's been like a low-scoring fantasy year, a lot of volatility. I mean, you got some consistent performers, but it's been a crazy year. Injuries and lack of performances and inconsistencies. Wild year. I mean, you've got your consistent performers, your Saquons, your Henrys, your Cooper Kupps, your Ecklers, your Josh Allens. There's certain players that are consistent, your Kelseys, but there's been a lot of inconsistencies as well with guys that should be performing that are wide receivers ones on their team. It's been a crazy and wild year. All right, guys? So buckle up. We're just not even halfway through yet. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up. Gonna be going remote, be doing a lot of vlogging and stuff when in the next couple of weeks. Subscribe, thumbs up, and again, head on over to Hooters.com, FFC20, get yourself some wings for Monday Night Football, guys. All right? Appreciate you guys. I am out. Subscribe.